So the game I'm talking about today is Jenga. Maybe you've played this before, maybe you haven't. It's these little pieces of wood, and you stack them all up together in one continuous column like this. And then one by one, you take turns and you pull them out. When you pull them out, you take them out and then you put them on top, and you see how high you can build this and how many pieces you can pull out without it falling. This is a game that I both love and hate at the same time, because I'm super conscious of that anxiety, that the wrong piece and the whole thing, and then so there's a part of me that feels like playing Jenga is like watching a Ben Stiller movie. I just get really uncomfortable while I play it. But it's a good illustration for us, because sometimes in our lives we have a carefully constructed framework for ourselves. And yet things happen, and a piece of our life moves where we didn't expect it to. And sometimes we think our foundation is really strong, but then little things happen that change that foundation, and it's not as stable as it used to be. And sometimes when we think we've got just the right piece, one of those changes starts to happen, and it doesn't do what we thought it was going to do. And sometimes, once in a while, one of those changes causes a major crash. This makes me think about the way in which our life needs to be built on a pretty firm foundation. That's why it's so important to have faith in our life, because it gives us that solid foundation to build the rest of that tower, that framework of life. And if your foundation is solid enough, sometimes those little changes in life can be momentary times of imbalance, but they can also withstand some of those pressures, because we know that our foundation is good. And here's the really great news, that even when our foundation crumbles, even when the life that we've constructed for ourselves falls apart, God can help us to begin to put that life back together, because we serve a God of second chances. And that doesn't mean that everything's going to start all the way over from scratch, but God can help us to rebuild. And God has this way of redeeming our lives so that we can be ready to get back in and see what life throws at us. So I pray that right now, as you're in these moments, watching this video, and in the moments ahead of you this week, you'll take time to focus on that foundation of your faith and what God's presence can mean in your life, so that when those moments happen, you can be a little more prepared for them, and you can rest in the assurance that God will always be there to help us pick up the pieces when they don't. May God bless you today.